Hello everyone, Tarsis here. Quick introduction since this is my first video that is voice. I've been only uploading gameplay showcases from Nikkei, Wuthering Waves, and Sword of Convalaria. So this time, I'll be covering Silver and Blood and make guides, so make sure to check the upcoming videos and comprehensive sheet I've been working along with Sephi from Loot and Waifus. So without further ado, let's get started. In this video, we'll be talking about launch details along with the content preview, which is basically in form of a text guide. It goes on detail which contests we are able to do during launch and what other future content holds. I've played the two previous betas, which is the Crescent Moon beta and the Full Moon beta. I'd say most systems in Silver and Blood are quite similar in terms of Nikkei, so if you're a Nikkei player, you will easily digest stuff I say on this video. First off, let's start with the pre-registration rewards. Basically, we're getting gold, the profile frame, Gestel, a SR character, Moon Tears or gems, Soothing Embrace times 15, and a copy of Hattie, an SSR character. Next, we have the campaign clear rewards, which contains 10 times Soothing Embrace per chapter cleared, earning you up to 150 standard pulls when cleared till chapter 17. Moving on, we'll be introduced with the two limited time embrace. These banners were previously run in the Crescent Moon beta and Full Moon beta, and they should run for 2 weeks at most. First, we have Lamia, a Full Moon unit that provides lifesteal for the team as well as having a great AoE attack for her ultimate. And then we have Dalcarlo, which is another Full Moon unit that delivers debuffs to enemies according to which card she picks. Her ultimate targets random enemies and subsequent use of it increases the number of projectiles she does. And we have here their respective story events. We'll start off with Far Side of the Moon, which is Lamia's event, and then after 2 weeks, we will have Dalcarlo's event as Tear fades into the sunset. Each event should contain at least 10 times Soothing Embrace, along with 10 times Special Embrace. I'll be talking more details about how the event works and how you should spend your currency and attempts in the event in a separate video. Next, we have how to obtain characters. So initially, you need to do 40 Embrace or Gacha pulls to be able to access the wishlist options, or so-called the Altar of Invocation, where you can choose 5 characters for each faction, Bloodborne, Church, and Kingdom. Ancestors are excluded here as there is only 6 of them initially, but I do expect in the future that they will release more Ancestor characters and they might open a wishlist options for them. In the Standard Embrace, if you do not obtain an SSR character within 59 pulls or 59 heralds, you are guaranteed to receive an SSR character on your next herald. As a part of the event, when reaching 150 heralds in Blue Dawn banner, which is the standard banner, you can have a non-ancestor SSR selector. Same with 300 pulls, you will receive another selector, and for 450 pulls, you will receive an ancestor selector. So, in the special embrace, that if it happens that you aren't able to get the rate up banner or rate up character, you will be guaranteed to get her on the next one, as long as that you didn't get any ancestor characters like Limin, Transcendent Nova, or Incendiary Agares. And this PT or this guaranteed can also be carry over to the next banner. And then we have here is the Waxy Moon Embrace. If I remember correctly, you will be using paid gems here or paid tier moons. But in this banner, you are guaranteed to get an SSR on every multi. I don't know how many is the limit for this one, but it was 99 when I saw it in the Full Moon beta. So there might be changes, so we'll see on the launch. So what we have here is the game guide published by the official Silver and Blood social media. I don't want to take too much of your time, so I'll just TLDR this so you can just pause the video if you want to read it. So let's get started. So first off, we got Blood Moon. Basically, this system happens when you activate ultimates from different moon phases, which is waxing, half, and full moon. To utilize the Blood Moon properly in its duration, I recommend buffering 2 moon phases, for example, waxing and full moon. Then you want to save your energy, then use your half moon unit's ultimate to start the Blood Moon. In this way, you can use the excess energy to spam your unit's ultimate. In a sense, this is basically Nikkei's full burst system. Next, let's talk about lineup. This is basically team building in general. What you want in your team are units that are in 3 different moon phases, so that you are able to use your Blood Moon properly. Note that waxing moon units tend to be healer, support, or tanks. Half moon units are usually assassins, buffer, debuffer, or crowd control units. And then for full moon, they are basically your DPSs. I recommend to at least run 1 tank and 1 healer so that your team won't be wiped out instantly on stages. Next, we have the Time Worm Mausoleum. I assume this will be the dispatch function because they tend to change name of some of the terms here. So I'm not quite sure. So if you happen to know, feel free to leave a comment down below. Next, we have the Vassal Development. Using these 3 resources, which is the Gold, Pure Blood Essences, and Divine Blood, you will be able to level up your characters. These resources can be obtained via missions, campaign, and Moonlit Tribute, which will be talked about in a bit. So if you get those for your Vassal, you can use those to upgrade them, which should increase their stats by 2%. This also increases their level cap with Breakthrough. And then for their equipment, they come with 3 different types of armor, and each of them are only able to equip their specified type of equipment. And then we have here is the Moonlight Tribute. This is basically your idol system, where you get rewards depending on how long it will accumulate. We will have a sheet for it, which will open for public later on. Though I have my gripe on it, being that it's still capped at 12 hours. I remember people suggesting to increase it at 24 hours, because logging in twice a day just doesn't make sense. Next, we have the Infinite Abyss. Basically, this is your tower. So daily, it will rotate from Church, Kingdom, into Bloodborne. And every Wednesday or Thursday, wherever you're from, the Ancestor Tower should be up. And then during Sundays, all faction towers should be up to tackle. These towers will reward you with shards that you can use to obtain units in their specific faction. Next, we have the Tomb of the Fallen, which was called Nightfall during the beta. In here, you fight a boss daily to obtain equipment and upgrade materials. Next, you have Blood Arena. This is basically your PvP game mode, where you deploy defense and you attack rivals with your units. This will be an auto battler, so you cannot use your units manually. Next is Clans, basically the guild system for this game. There will be a daily sign-in for this one, which will give you currency for artifact upgrades. And then there is Clan Hunt, which is the guild raid, where you can do an attempt 3 times daily with 3 different teams. So a total of 15 units. You also get rewards here for completing stages, which will be used to upgrade your artifacts or buy stuff from the shop. And then we have here the transfusion. This system will make your Vaisal synchronize levels. Let's say you have 5 level 120 Vaisals. They will be immediately chosen as the baseline, and transfusion contains 5 slots initially, where you can slot 1 level 1 Vaisal to become in sync with the baseline Vaisal. No idea if they remove the 4-hour timer when you remove your units from the transfusion, and you can increase your transfusion slot by upgrading your observatory constellations. Next, let's talk about hard mode. Nothing special. It's the same stages from normal mode, except it has increased blood power requirement, which can dictate how much stat penalty you will be having depending on your deficit. This makes the stages harder because of the stat penalty. And then lastly, we're talking about Night of the Hunt and Prophecy Unbound solo mode. In this part, I don't really know if there's a difference between these two, because I just assume that the Prophecy Unbound solo mode is just solo raid from Nikkei. So there's your reference. And for summary, basically in the early game, just focus on clearing chapters, campaign chapters, and so you can get your standard pools where you can get more characters. So basically, you want to get more character dupes to break to the 160 wall, which will require you 5 units. For the next video, I'll be talking about tier lists, reroll suggestions, wishlist options, and perhaps a little about team building. Also, do check out this website, lootandwaifus.com. I'll be presenting my guides there. And we have tools here like the beefy deficit calculator, so you can view how much stat penalty you're getting depending on your deficit. And then we have the tier list and also the character sheets. So that's it for this video. If you happen to like the content, feel free to subscribe, leave a like on this video, and maybe comment your thoughts. I also have my Ko-fi link if you wish to support the content that I make. All that said, if you have any inquiries, suggestions, critics, and such, feel free to DM me in Discord. So I'll leave it in the description down below. See you guys.